evening, guys. It's Coach Joe once again, and we're gonna make some small series excuse me, not small series, but small series of videos that's gonna help you guys with your game. And I'm very excited because what are the most common questions that I hear from you guys? You guys are like, what am I gonna do what do I have to do to improve my game to the next level? Okay, and we're gonna be producing a series of videos for our basic players to intermediate players that could immediately impact your game. And today, we're going to talk about the openings. Basically, I'm going to teach you guys some openings that could allow you to apply the most important principles. Okay? So, when you're at the opening part of the game, first off, there are 4 principles that you have to follow. So, even if you don't know what the opening lines are, you always revert back to these 4 principles. But at the same time, with a bonus, I'm going to give you guys a repertoire that you could play in multiple occasions, multiple openings that could teach you and help you apply all the things that we're going to be talking about right here, right now. Okay? Oh yeah, somebody's just waking up right now, friends. Okay. So first off, you always want to control the center. Dominate the center. Remember the D word. Okay? Most of our friends, they just say, control the center. I don't like controlling the center or just controlling the center. I want to dominate it. I want to have the complete control of it. With white or black, this is the aim in the opening. So if you guys are not, if your opponent's not controlling the center, what we call power square, pizza pie, etc., then, they're not going to have a good control. They're not going to have a good gauge. They're not going to have a good influence in the whole board. Power squares are, I'm going to highlight right now. Guys. So these are the power squares. As much as possible, your first several moves are going to go to the center. Pawn moves usually to control these power squares. Number 2, rapidly develop. Don't just develop your pieces, make it rapidly. Feel that energy. All right? Rapidly develop your pieces. Not just slowly develop. Oh, yeah, I just want to develop. Sometimes one word makes a complete difference in our brains. Okay? So the faster you are being able to develop, the quicker it is for you to attack and get your pieces out, create threats. So make sure that you rapidly develop. Number 3 is to put your king to safety. In fact, in reality, rapidly developing involves improving your king, castling. But I'm putting in number 3, a third one. And the fourth one, the unknown or not the most known concept out of all the principle is to every single move that your opponent plays, you have to make sure that you are understanding your opponent's idea. All right, okay, so please don't forget these 4 principles, and hopefully you can apply these immediately. Today, I'm going to show you guys a quick clip or a quick example from the Italian game that allows us to apply these 4 principles. Okay, so we're going to have a mini series. This is only the first part of many. All right, so with the white pieces, we should control the center with the move e4, e5. Both parties controlling the pizza pie, the power squares, controlling the squares, and they have a good influence. If you have a good amount of control over the center, it's easy for you to develop your pieces. It's easy for you to attack in all parts of the board. Okay, so our opening repertoire is going to start with the move knight f3. I like this move. Of course, I also preach about knight c3 for those who know me and who are taking lessons from me. I like the move knight c3 as well, which is the Vienna. But I like knight f3. It does a couple of things. It develops, and also it controls the center. So I like to call this the super moves. And after knight f3, there are a lot of moves that block the player. They can play d6, knight f6, knight c6. But a move that we're going to be looking at is knight c6. And by playing knight c6, they're also guarding e5, and also they're controlling the center. And the move that I'm going to recommend to everybody today is the move bishop c4. Because in e4, e5 openings, the weakest part of armor, or the weakest part of his armor, is the f7 square. So today we're gonna be looking at the move bishop c5. Okay, again, it's a series. So guys, please make sure that you follow us on YouTube or follow me on Facebook so you can see all these parts of the series. So bishop c5. There's a lot of moves here. Again, you try to develop, you try to control the center. The move knight f6. We're gonna make a video. If they play knight f6, they're blocking off this queen. And we're going to talk about in our part where it talks about piece coordination. We can play knight g5 here, making what you call, or entering what you call the fried liver attack. We're going to talk about that. But today, your opponent plays bishop c5. And in our opening principle, number one is to dominate the center. So instead of just developing here, I like the move c3. We are going to energetically control the center with the move d4. Oh my goodness. When you have two pawns in the center like this is powerful. This is powerful. And as we will see here, the dominance in the center will completely paralyze your opponent and push him back. And it's gonna make it so hard for him to move his pieces. And we're gonna have a lot of attacking ideas. So after c3, the best move for black here is knight f6. And after knight f6, he's attacking his pawn on d4. We want to tend to that attack, but sometimes it's better to counterattack. So we're going to play the move d4. And by playing d4, we're defending this d4 pawn, d4 push 3 times, and he's attacking it 3 times. Rule of ratio, attack and defense. You got to have the same amount of defender over the attacker. So by playing d4, he takes the d4, c takes d4. Now we have attained what you call the duo, the power duo, the pawn duo. Okay, we're completely dominating the center. Okay, excuse me, guys. I'm gonna fix something really quick here. Something weird happened, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going with this party. Okay, so after c takes d4, now we're attacking a bishop. The bishop has to move somewhere. What is the best move for black? If you say bishop b4 check, excellent job. Again, it's going to be a series. We're going to be looking at bishop b4 later on. But today, we will see what happens if you don't deal with the center dominance or center domination the right way. After c takes d4, this bishop moved back to b6. Bad move. Just leaving this pawn duo. Sitting pretty. Powerful. Okay. The best move for black is bishop b4 check. So after checking, white has to react. Bishop capture, knight capture, and then this pawn, you have to play against the center. If one party is dominating the center, make sure that you try to destruct it, destroy it, okay? So that's a very important concept. And after d5, we take care. But we're going to have a separate video for this. But today, what are you going to do? How would you continue if you have a big pawn duo? Bishop b6, bad move, okay? I'll give you guys a few moments and just try to see how would you proceed from this position. Okay? Alright? You could pause it. And if you're ready, unpause it. We're going to look at it in about 5 seconds. So unpause it. Alright. Okay, if your answer is the move e5, you're absolutely correct. It's time to dominate it. Push the pawn. I call this the unicorn attack, where it attacks the knight, controls the center completely. And this is what happens, okay? So if you know the principles already, you could definitely use this against your opponents. It will help you improve your results straight away, immediately. And, okay, after e5, the knight has to move. The knight's best square is perhaps knight to g8, but this is not looking good. If they play knight to g4, well, we could just push this guy back. All right, tempo gaming move. The knight goes to the corner. We could take that knight. Pawn takes, and then now we have complete domination of the center. And as a result, it's hard for him to get his pieces out. He can't really control. He can't really breathe. He's running out of oxygen right now. After d5, a move like knight e7, castles. And this is what I meant by if you have the center, it's easy for you to attack in all parts of the board. Now you can start bringing your pieces into the pizza party. We can bring this knight to f3, to f6, excuse me. You can bring this queen to d2. We are doing extremely well. We are doing extremely well here. Okay, so knight g4 is not going to be a good move. If they play knight to e4, it's also not a good move. The knight is extremely misplaced here. It doesn't have any other good squares. So the next move that you have to watch out for, though, is d5. Because when you have complete domination of the center, your opponent is going to try to equalize, neutralize, and he's going to try to gain space as well in the center. So the best move here for white is to simply play bishop d5. Now, friends, you don't want to play d5 here, because if you play d5, the f2 pawn is going to be hanging. And then, oof, instead of us winning, now we're going to be losing the game. Okay, so we're not going to play d5. Bishop d5 is strong, and now he's got some issues here. He's got some issues with this knight. How is he going to defend this knight? Maybe f5. But if he plays f5, now he can't even castle in his position. We already have a good position. And if they play knight to g8, now, what's the move? What are you supposed to do here? If your answer is d5, you are absolutely right. Oh my goodness. That is complete domination. It's complete domination, friends. The knight goes to e7. And now, we could do whatever we want here. We could castle, play knight c3. But in this particular position. Now we could keep pushing him back, completely paralyzing the bishop on c8 and open up the king. Alright, maybe this knight should go back to c6, but he can't develop majority of his pieces. It's hard, okay? However, if he takes here, even worse. Knight g6, we're attacking the knight. Now, we could make a check here and make him lose the castling ability. But remember, folks, if you want to put something on the e-file, you want to put a rook. And we could do it right now. Okay? So, I think after just castle, we're going to play check. He's going to lose his castling ability. He's in big trouble. He's in big trouble. Okay? And we are simply crushing through this position. Okay, let's see. If they play knight f6, alright, rook e1 check, king f8, and just knight c3. Alright, everything is not looking so good. The king is in the middle of the board. You want to keep attacking. You want to keep bringing your pieces into the most active squares towards the center. And white is very successful. I'm just trying to remember this line that I have been preaching. I've been teaching for a while, and I can't remember it for some reason. Where black's queen gets trapped, actually. I think after d5, here, d6, takes, knight g6. Alright, castles. Yeah, this one particular line I can't... Well, it's not that important, guys. But, alright, hopefully you like that video. Don't forget the 4 principles of opening play. And make sure to follow, share this. And you can start applying the Italian game with the white pieces. We're going to have a series, guys. Alright, thank you, guys. Have a good one, guys. See you guys later.